Hello, I'm Yuno, and as you saw in the title today, we are going to see 7 anime where the protagonist abandons his friends and comes back much stronger. But absolutely all the animes that I'm going to recommend are incredible warned are, by the way, if you want to know which is the anime of the miniature attentive, because at some point I'll say it. Let's start with Ulysses. Everything begins in the life of our main character. Oh, and yes, anime can start with someone other than the main character. Mod Morency. And yes, he's a boy. Although he doesn't look like it. He lives in a time of war. He studies alchemy, and he wants to discover the secrets of the Philosopher's Stone. Yes, very Harry Potter, everything. But alchemy is like a myth. People think it's a lie. Our protagonist spends his time reading, learning, trying to get information out of an old man, who apparently knows about it. Oh, by the way, our protagonist has 3 waifus behind him. That couldn't be missing. In a battle, one of her friends apparently dies. It makes him try to be a ritual to summon the queen of the saga. For that you need the Philosopher's Stone, and he already has it. How? By inheritance, he manages to invoke it, and she tells him that he will be able to have many powers. But he has to combine it through alchemy, and then he eats it so that it doesn't kill her. He tries until he succeeds, and he asks the fairy, "How long has it been?" She says 7 years. While I knew this anime very recently, and it's really good. I know it has nothing to do with Shingeki no Kyojin, but it reminds me of Shingeki no Kyojin. In number 6, we have Rainbow. Everything begins in the lives of 6 teenagers who were sent to a reformatory soap where suffering and humiliation are the daily bread. Seriously, it's very sad. Check it out. People, seriously. These kids are given any excuse to torture or humiliate them. Look. Then they take him to a cell where they meet this guy right here. And the 6 of them get mad at him. Who's gonna win? 1 or 6? Obviously 1. But then they punish him super hard. Then they become friends and try to overcome this prison, having as a mentor the crack guy, who already went through many things much worse than them. This anime is super different from the usual. I never saw an anime of this style. And the truth was super entertaining. A bit murky, but entertaining. In number 5, we have Kaze, no Stigma. It all starts in the life of our main character, Kazuma, who is super crack, ultra powerful. And well, he's basically strong, who helps eliminate enemies for money. And get this, it's the best bargain I've ever made in my life. Our protagonist, even though he's super strong now, wasn't always that way. In fact, he was the failure of his family. He controlled the power of fire, but he was simply too weak. So that's why his father kicked him out and exiled him. Years later, which is now in the anime, he comes back. And as you saw, he uses the power of wind. 300. A Chuangchu fort. Don't you? There's also Ayano, who is the fire prodigy, basically the opposite of our prota, but now he's much stronger, and she's in love with our prota people. I don't want to tell you anything else. This year is great. I loved it. I watched it a little while ago. And seriously, it's super entertaining. It has great action and fights. And romance too. It's perfect. In number 4, we have Arifureta. Our prota and the rest of his class are transported to a fantasy world. All classmates gain powerful magical abilities, while Hajime, our prota, only acquires the ability to transmute solid materials. A very common ability encountered by craftsmen and blacksmiths. I know it sounds bad, but relax, it's not. During an argument in a dungeon, one of his classmates betrays him and drops him to the bottom of the dungeon. No, they don't know how much of a shock this moment gives you. I swear. He survives the fall and creates weapons to escape the dungeon and become stronger. On his journey, he meets many waifus who will join him. And basically after that, he becomes super strong. And with a harem, this anime fits so perfectly in this video. I had to put it, people, I'm honest with you, all the anime in this top you are amazing. I think I deserve to be subscribed, don't you? At number 3, we have Zetsuen no Tempest. People, this anime is really good, so watch it, or we're going to have a problem. Nothing's a joke, but it's your loss. It all starts in the life of our prota Yoshino, who is high crack. He's like Jagami, because he's popular and also smart. Our prota was visiting a friend's grave, and this great girl shows up. Everything was going well, but soon, Barry was left. Mondo was going to be more tender. But relax, another crack comes along, and that was too epic. Imagine this, but multiplied by 10. Well, that's how this anime is. The plot is too complicated to explain in such a short time. So just give it one chapter, and you'll thank me later. I assure you, it's too much. Well, it's too much. In number 2, we have Tate no Yuusha, or for friends, the hero of the shield. Naofumi was summoned into a parallel world along with 3 other people to become the heroes of that world. Each of the heroes was equipped with their own legendary weapon. Naofumi, Arifureta, received the shield, the only defensive equipment, while the others received weapons capable of attacking. Due to lack of charisma and experience, Naofumi ended up with only one teammate. Unfortunately, on his second day, he was betrayed, assaulted, and falsely accused of Viola by said teammate. Being rejected by everyone from the king to the peasants, his thoughts were filled with hatred and resentment, so he begins his destiny in a parallel world, trying to level up despite his weak attack skills. He meets a slave trader. He shows her a girl named Raptalia and decides to buy her. And so Naofumi, with the help of Raptalia and other companions that will be stumbling on their way, will face a series of catastrophes called balls. Highly recommended. If it has number 1, we have Tokyo Ghoul. Yes, I know it's well known, but it's the best, and it fits the title perfectly. Also, there are always people who didn't watch very famous anime. For example, a friend of mine who is super otaku didn't watch Death Note, and there are many cases like that. In Tokyo, it happens in several deaths, committed by ghouls, unknown beings who survive on human flesh. One day, Kaneki, a young man of 18, meets a girl named Rese in a coffee shop and asks her out. After a seemingly normal date, Kaneki offers to accompany her home. Good people, Arifureta. Upon entering an alley, he is attacked by her, who turns out to be a ghoul. During the attack, Kaneki is saved by falling beams that kill Rise. But Arifureta is terribly injured due to the severity of his wounds, receives an organ transplant by the ghoul who attacked her. So when he wakes up, he realizes that he is half human, half ghoul, and so the series will develop. Yes, you, the one who's listening to me, were one of those who, for life's sake, didn't see this anime. I don't know what you're waiting for. Oh, relax. I didn't forget about the miniature anime. What's this? Did you see? I keep my word. You keep your word by subscribing. See you in 3 days.